Hey, it's Ken Barrett Laundromat How To. You may recognize this dryer back here. I don't think my light's on here, but if you look back in there, that's the one that we replaced the fan on when it broke all apart. Put the new fan on, got it all back going, spun it, everything seemed fine. And then about 2 weeks later, it all came apart again. So I'm not sure if it's possible. Like I said, it was spinning smoothly, so it's possible that there's maybe a slight vibration in the motor itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the whole fan and motor assembly from the bottom, one down there. I'm going to take that whole thing off and I'm going to put it up here. So that involves disconnecting the electrical either on the motor or on the box. I'll take a look and see which one's easiest. But it could be there's just a fine vibration in the motor itself that's causing the fan, plastic in the fan just to break. Nothing I could tell initially, so I'll swap that, and then I do have a new fan. It's 30 bucks a shot. It's a little bit expensive to troubleshoot with, but we'll try this first. Probably if I get that up here, I'll run it. I might not put the bottom part on right away. I'll let it run for a few days and see if the problem follows the machine or if it follows the motor. If the motor and fan on the bottom work fine on the top, then we know it is motor vibration or mounting vibration or something. If this one blows apart, then we know it's got to have something to do with the machine itself, and we'll have to try and dig deeper and see what's going on. But right now it's kind of strange to blow out 2 fans in a couple of weeks, and like I said, I've never seen that before. So we'll dive in and see what we come up with. Okay, got a little better lighting now. I got my trusty headlamp on. So like I said, the wiring on here, I've got it unplugged now. Just a single bolt pulls out of this. We open it up. What we find is this is the wiring back here. There's 2 of them. One goes to the tumbler motor, one goes to the blower motor, and it's just got a simple connector in here. So ideally, I'm really hoping, pretty sure that that's going to fit through that hole back in here. So we can just unplug that, pull it out, and like we'd gone through before, we take this small cover off here for the sensor. The sensor did get busted too. That's what actually gave us the alarm on the front, that we knew it was the same thing. And then we pulled the 4 bolts out of that, and we can lift that whole fan and motor housing right out of the way and swap it down. So overall, this should only take 10 or 15 minutes to get this thing all pulled apart and switched over and fired up, and we'll see how it runs. Okay, so we've got the bottom motor and fan on the top now, where we had the problem. New sensors in, put the cover back on, I gave it a spin, everything seems good. We get on the bottom here. One thing I did see is, maybe we'll see it here, is I labeled right there that was the original top motor. What you can run into is different times when you start swapping parts like this. Make a few changes, it might be a little while before you get back here, you get a service guy in, something changes around, and all of a sudden you start forgetting which one was the problem one. So we labeled that one because that's the one that was causing this problem up top. I got this cover off still. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run them both, but then I'm going to just disconnect this sensor down here, because I know that'll give me an alarm on the front panel. And focus issue there, I think. That'll give us an alarm on the front panel, and then I'll run without the bottom one for a while. I don't want to blow this one up if it is a motor part. If we run the top one for a bit and it's fine, then we know we've got something here and we can try it out and check for vibrations, etc. One method that, once I get this thing connected here, is if you take a screwdriver, I got one in my back pocket here, and just put it up against the motor. You don't want to be sticking it inside the holes or anything, but you can get a spot that's on a base or up against the motor, and just press the handle part to up against your ear, just kind of like you're putting your finger up against a little flap in your ear to keep some noise down, and you push that up against there while you're holding it on top of the motor, and what it'll do is it'll transmit any sounds and vibrations through, so you can hear them a lot better. So we'll cycle the top and the bottom. I'll do that to both to see if I can find if there's more noise in the bottom. Maybe again, it might pick up vibration from a bad bearing or something. If it is, it's a pretty cheap fix, a lot cheaper than putting fans on every 2 weeks. So now we're going to do a little troubleshooting and get this one fired up, make sure it works, listen to the top and bottom motor, and then I'm going to leave the bottom motor just offline for a little bit until we can really determine what's going on.